Welcome to Smack This, the unofficial Godsmack podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk all things Godsmack. And that's my dog barking in the background, so sorry about that. There's a rabbit out there. This is episode 47 this week, Tommy Stewart Part 2, the pre-Godsmack is what we're going to be talking about this week. In Godsmack news, the band has been posting a ton of pictures, and I mean a ton of pictures from the shows that they've played so far. Also, they've changed the set list for the third time on this tour. Um, they changed it on the May 10th show in Boner Springs, Kansas. So here's the set list so far, or that they're using now, I should say. Song number 1 is When Legends Rise, so they moved that up. Song 2 is Crying Like a Beep. Song 3 is You and I. Song 4 is the title track of the new album, Lighting Up the Sky. Song number 5 is Soul on Fire. That was the song that was kicking off the shows. Now they moved it down to number 5. The rest of it's the same. Song number 6 is Something Different. Song number 7, What About Me? Song number 8, Bulletproof. Song number 9 is Awake. Song number 10 is Under Your Scars. Song number 11 is Voodoo. Then they do the Battle of the Drums. Song number 12 is Whatever. And here's something else I noticed by looking at all these pictures. Sully's still inviting fans to come up on stage during that part, which I think is absolutely fantastic. You're talking about making memories that last a lifetime right there. Then they go into the encore, and that song 13 is Surrender. Song 14 is I Stand Alone, and that closes out the show. Now, also I noticed the show at Woodlands, Texas, on May the 13th, the band started late. I don't know if a band went over their time or the Godsmack road crew didn't have everything set up. Not really sure, but they didn't play the song Voodoo. In fact, the next show on the May 14th in Dallas, they also didn't play Voodoo in the set list as well. So, yeah, that's interesting because Voodoo, the song, has been in the set list since the very beginning. So to see them drop it more likely caused a curfew at the Woodland, Texas show, I would say. But that really surprises me at the next show in Dallas that they didn't do Voodoo. So who knows? But I will say this. In Birmingham, Alabama, which was yesterday's show, they put Voodoo back into the set list. So maybe, like I said, it was the curfew things going on. Who knows? And that's it for this week in Godsmack news. This is episode 47 this week, Tommy Stewart Part 2, the pre-Godsmack episode. I thought it would be cool to kind of do a Part 2 on Tommy. The first one I did is on episode 39, where I talked about what happened to Tommy after he left or got fired or, whoever side you want to hear from. What happened to Tommy after Godsmack. So if you've not seen that or listened to it, go back and check it out. Episode 39. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about what happened, or what he was up to, I should say, pre-Godsmack. So he was actually in 2 different bands. One of the bands he actually did demos for one band that actually got put on an album. And in another band, he plays a full-length album. So let's talk about a little bit about the pre-Godsmack. So the history is Tommy was in the band originally. As they were playing gigs, he didn't think Godsmack was really going to go anywhere, so he left. And this is what happened when he left. So the first band we're going to talk about is he was in a band called Halloween. During uh, the preparation for this episode, there's two different Halloween bands. And the first Halloween band that I thought he was a part of, but he isn't, is the band from Germany. But this Halloween band is from Detroit Rock City. There's a little Kiss reference there. Detroit, Michigan. The band was formed in 1983 and is still going strong. Now, what Tommy appears on, like I said, is the demo tape that they called Vicious Demos. It contains 5 songs. They released this as bonus tracks on a reissued version of their album called No One Gets Out. The album was released in 1991, and then the reissue, which has the bonus tracks with Tommy in it, in 2001. So I'm not going to talk about all 5 of these songs, but I did pick out a couple. So let's talk about them. One of the songs I'm going to talk about is called I Confess. Kicks in, great guitar and drumming by Tommy on the drumming part. Vocals are really cool in it. It's a great rocking song. Great guitar solo. Fantastic. There's my notes already. Fantastic drumming by Tommy. Again, this song's really cool. I really liked it a lot for the first time I ever heard this band. Another song I'm going to talk about is called Vicious Lies. Starts with a great guitar groove, then the drumming kind of comes in. Very cool. It's got great singing as well. I actually really like this song a lot. Vicious Lies. Check it out. Halloween. Then I'm going to talk about another song, so this will be the third out of the 5, called Agony. Starts with the roaring guitar, then the singing starts. I really like this one a lot as well. Check it out. Great playing by all in the singing. Agony. Really cool. The other 2 songs that are the bonus tracks in the demo that Tommy played on, a song called Evil Nation and Black Skies. So yeah, check out that band Halloween, the one from Detroit. The second band he was a part of was a band called Lillian X. Now this rock band is from New Orleans, Louisiana. Again, started back in 1983 and went on till 1995. Then they regrouped in 1999 and is continuing on now. Tommy plays on the full-length album Psychophrenia, I think that's how you pronounce it. P-S-Y-C-H-O-S-H-I-Z-O-P-H-R-E-N-I-A. So I probably butchered that. But anyway, it was released in 1993. I'm not going to talk about the whole album, or we would be here all day. But I'm going to talk about a few of the songs, about 4 of them. One of the songs I'm going to talk about, which leads off the album, is called Crucified. Starts off with a great guitar scale, easy for me to say. Then kicks right in, great drumming, great guitar playing, fantastic vocals, great groove in it, really good song. I really enjoyed this one a whole lot. Lillian X, Crucified. Another song I'm going to talk about is called Moonlight in Your Blood. This one just kind of kicks in. Fantastic drumming by Tommy. He almost has like a drum intro in it because they kind of start playing and it kind of stops, and then there's like this little drum intro by Tommy. Then the song just kicks off again. This one's absolutely fantastic. It's so good. Really check this one out. Moonlight in Your Blood, and my camera's doing something. Great singing. Tommy's drumming really stands out on that song as well. Another song I'm going to talk about is called Deep Blue Shadows. Starts off with a great guitar riff, and then the band playing. Singing starts as well. A really cool song. The vocals are really good in this one. I really like the vocal on this. Has a great groove in it. Check it out again. Deep Blue Shadows. I really enjoyed this Lillian X. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to dig deeper in their catalog. Song number 4, and this is the last thing I'm gonna talk about. Uh, it's called "The Day I Met You." It starts with an acoustic guitar and singing. It's a ballad. It's a great ballad. The singing's absolutely fantastic. So are the lyrics. It's so good. Excuse me. It's so good. Another one to check out. The Day I Met You. Yeah, Lillian X really is really good. um, so after he did those, then he went back to Godsmack. After the debut album was recorded, Sully did all the drum tracks on the debut album. But what I thought was really cool, and I still think it's cool today, is that Tommy's picture is in the inner sleeve of the debut album, and he even credited as playing drums, even though Tommy doesn't play a lick on it. Kind of like what they did with the album, the independent album, All Wound Up. Jimmy DiArco was the drummer at the time. Yeah, he didn't play any drum licks on it, but his picture was there. And then, but like I said, he's credited as playing on it, but he doesn't. Um, and as they say, the rest is history. Um, so that's it for this episode. Homework this week. Do you listen to any of these two bands, Halloween from Detroit and Lillian X? Do you have any of these albums? And if you do listen to these two bands, what album should I check out next? Um, and that's it. I don't have any of their albums. Lillian X has been. Um, I remember seeing flowers or ads, I should say, in music magazines back in the day that I used to read a lot, like Metal Edge and Hit Parader and Metal Scene and stuff like that. But it never did catch my attention to go check them out. But now that I've listened to them, yeah, I might have to go check out more of them. Halloween, uh, like I said, I thought it was the band from Germany, which wouldn't have made sense. But I did see a bunch of their ads. But the Halloween from Detroit, Michigan, they're really cool. I think I'm going to check them out as well. I'll go a little bit deeper. All right, so there's your homework. Next week episode is episode 48. We're going to talk about the Godsmack AOL sessions. And as soon as I said AOL, I can hear it's like ingrained into my brain. For all you younger fans who didn't know what logging in to the internet, you had to use AOL, and it would make all this sound and hooked up to your telephone and all that good stuff. But yeah, we're going to talk about that next week. That session took place in 2003. So we're going to talk about that next week. If you know anybody that's a Godsmack fan, send them this way. Send them the link. Tell them go on YouTube, Google, Firefox, whoever else is out there. Tell them type in Smack This, the unofficial. All the episodes will pop up. Also, my Twitter handle will pop up if you go on Google or Firefox, so follow me. I post a ton of pictures and stuff like that about episodes. Also, my Instagram is also on there. I saw that on a Firefox search. So, yeah, give me a follow, and that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. That actually helps out my podcast a whole lot. And you just got smacked.